Okay. Drill. I need to know. I need to know.
Share that with us.
I'm going to try to get through it without
Okay.
crying. Very difficult. A lot of people know that I'm a professional dancer, so my body is my work. And I remember one time he attacked me in the back of a Hummer, and I do suffer from PTSD because of it. Whenever Hummers, when I would see them on the road, I would shake, my hands would sweat, and I would get nervous, and I couldn't breathe. And he attacked me one time in the back of a Hummer, and I thought I was going to die in the back of the Hummer. Because what he had done, he'd taken this left arm and pulled it behind me, and his weight was on my body, but he didn't realize his forearm was on my neck. So as he's pressing down, my breathing is getting labored. And the only reason why I think I made it out is because I said, Robert, you're gonna kill me. I can't breathe. You have to get your arm off of my neck. And I just remember sitting in the back of the Hummer, and it got blue. And I just thought, oh my God, I'm gonna die in the back of this Hummer, and he's gonna drive off with my body in the back seat, and nobody's gonna know.
And you also talk about being hogtied.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Damn, hog-tied?
He,
Shit.
I oftentimes say when he would have an episode, I knew when it was about to happen because his eyes would change and his demeanor would change. And there was something in my spirit. I would get very fearful because I'm like, I think he's going to attack me. And he got really angry with me, and he started arguing with me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm fine. I'm not going to do this with you. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. And he was like, you what? And I just remember instantly when he grabbed me and threw me down, I was on my stomach. So I'm trying to fight to get away. So what he did, he grabbed, it was the strap to his robe off of the bed, and he had his knee in my back, and he took both of my arms behind me, tied them, and then attached my legs to my arms. And he hog-tied me and left me on the side of the bed, and he actually fell asleep. And that's the only way I got away, because I was like, okay, God, how am I gonna get out of this? And God said, just lay there. And I'm thinking, well, no, I gotta get away. But that was the best thing I could have done, because he actually fell asleep. And that's the way, me being a dancer, I'm like, if I keep moving my legs, it's eventually gonna make this get loose. And if I can get my legs loose, I can get my arms loose. And I finally did and got away.
Did you?
Yeah.
What set him off? What would cause him to get in these?
It could be anything from the milk being too cold or not cold enough for breakfast. It could be anything from, you knew I told you not to wear that. That's too revealing. It could be if I answered him in the...
I'm gonna tell you one thing. If these motherfuckers is lying out here, they doing a great job at painting a bad picture of R. Kelly. Because when she describing this shit, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there who can visualize him doing that. Like, in their mind, they can see it. Like, because they done such a good job. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck be lying out here.
way if he felt there was too much tone in my voice.
Was he like that before you married him?
Not at all.
No, of course
not at all. No abuse there is.
And you get victim shamed, right? And your kids have been bullied. Tell us about this.
When I came out, I thought, great, I'm gonna empower women and save lives, and this is gonna help someone, and they're gonna believe his victims. And people actually said, oh, she's coming out because she needs money, or she didn't say anything because she got money. And there's not enough money in the world for any woman to stay and be abused.
Your ass stay. Oh, no, I ain't gonna do that.
It's, in your marriage, you reached a very dark place. I mean, which is quite understandable from what you're telling us. And you thought about suicide, I understand.
I did. I tried to
So
commit suicide.
tell us about that period. What happened there?
It was after an incident with my youngest daughter, Joanne, who actually gave me the strength to leave. And we were looking at some pictures, and the long and short of it is, he was being belligerent with me, and my daughter goes, Daddy, why are you being mean to my mom? Why are you talking to her that way? And it was like a light went off for me, because I knew in that moment, if you stay and she ends up with a man like him, and you tell her to leave, she's gonna say, but why would I? You stayed with my dad all those years. So I knew I had to be a living example for my daughter. But even in that moment of strength, there was a moment of weakness when I left the room, and I went out on the balcony, and I climbed up, and I put one foot was on the railing and the other was on the wall. And I got on top of the balcony, and I looked down, and God allowed me to see myself laying in blood. And I just remember hearing my kid's voice in the background saying, Mama, Mama, why did she jump?
God allowed you?
And that was my darkest moment, because as a mom, when you're willing to leave your babies, without their mom, that is your lowest low, because as a mom, you live for your children, and the fact that I was ready.
Bitch, stop
The
clapping.
fact
She
that I
crying.
was willing to leave them, let me know the best thing you have to do for you and your children to live is leave.
And then you filed a restraining order.
I did.
2005. What prompted you to?
Okay, this was October 4th, 2018. So this was a handful of months ago, right? Here we go. When we come here, we got this. Via Jerry Ford. Shout out to Jerry Ford. We got this. Because, you know, let's see. So that was October. That was some months ago. This was published January. Oh, you know what? That's when she published this. This video is from like a year ago, right? Check it out. Now, it's two songs playing because whatever the other person did. But it's Happy People being played by R. Kelly. This was like a year ago.
Come on, baby daddy. This was Joanne's like favorite part of the song. And I remember her being in the kitchen.
She said, "Come on, baby daddy."
My daddy coming up with this choreography. It was love it. Or the radio, and I celebrate him. What you thought?
You celebrate him?
I celebrate him and his music and his artistry.
You celebrate him?
We do. That's right, Reese. Hey, cousin. Family first, honey. Family first. And you know that special rule about family. I can say what the I want to say about him because he's my family. You ain't got shit because how about that? That ain't your that ain't your husband. That ain't your baby daddy. So, you know how that is. Somebody can be talking crazy at the family barbecue. People gonna act the at a few.
So she's speaking out for him. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about this. You gonna celebrate him. That's your family. You can't talk about him. I can, but you can't. That's my baby daddy. I celebrate him. But later this year, you over here telling us how your ass was hogtied, you was beat up in a Hummer, and you're on the goddamn thing crying to the point where you can't see a goddamn Hummer on the street no more. But you celebrate them later. You've been divorced. It finalized in like 2008 or 2009. So you filed for divorce in 2006. So you've been away from this nigga from 2006 till last year. That's enough time to heal, but you crying. I can see if you like, I celebrate him, you know, and all this, but now you up here crying because you can't look at Hummers and shit on the street. That don't make sense. You celebrating him and shit when he hogtied you to the point you was finna fucking jump off the balcony and kill yourself and leave your kids, knowing that the most important thing to a mother is her kids. He was so bad to you, he made you want to leave your kids. But now you celebrating them. See, this was disturbing. This shit is all a show. I'm getting to that point. I'm starting to feel like all of these motherfuckers in on it. Everybody. R. Kelly fuck around and be in on it. His kids fuck around and be in on it. Everybody just in on it. I mean, goodness. God damn. Look at her. He got you doing this shit in 2018 2017, your ass was celebrating him. 2005, he was hog-tying your ass. I don't know. Your actions are just like confusing.